Colonialism, an exploitative practice that has scarred the annals of history, encapsulates a multitude of experiences and stories from every corner of the globe. Originating in the 15th century, with the European expansion into the Americas, Africa, and Asia, colonialism symbolizes the quest for power, resources, and dominance. While often euphemized as a means to civilize or bring progress, it brought with it a dark legacy of suffering, exploitation, and cultural erasure. The first elements of cruelty inherent in colonial practices emerge from the moment of arrival. Lands were seized, communities were uprooted, and indigenous populations were subjected to forced labor and enslavement. Lingering beneath the surface were the explicit intentions of subjugation and the imposition of European customs, language, and religion upon native cultures, the effects of which, reverberating through generations, continue to shape the societies we inhabit today. One of the cruelest aspects of colonial rule was the systematic erasure of indigenous knowledge systems and cultural practices. The richness of native traditions, spiritual beliefs, and social structures were dismantled and swept aside as European ideals were forcibly superimposed. This erasure created a void, an absence of identity, and a detachment from ancestral roots that plagues indigenous communities to this day. The extraction of resources, often fueled by insatiable greed, lies at the core of colonial exploitation. From the exploitation of natural resources like gold, diamonds, and ivory, to mass land expropriation for plantations and mines, the pursuit of wealth and power, and this regarded both the environment and the lives of those who resided on these lands. This rapacious pursuit led to immense suffering and ecological devastation. The effect of colonial practices on indigenous populations cannot be overstated. Forced labor, slavery, and brutal violence resulted in countless lives lost, families torn apart, and communities shattered. The scars of these atrocities persist, leaving deep wounds that are felt even today. The true extent of the pain and suffering endured by indigenous peoples serves as a harrowing reminder of the cruelty that humans are capable of inflicting upon another. Europeans propagated a paternalistic and racist ideology that served as a justification for their actions in colonized territories. They viewed themselves as superior, inherently entitled to dominate and exploit the lands they deemed uncivilized. Stereotypes and discriminatory practices became prevalent, diminishing the humanity of indigenous peoples and perpetuating a cycle of oppression and marginalization that continues to persist to this very day. In addition to the direct human suffering inflicted by colonization, the long-term consequences on social structures and political systems cannot be ignored. The imposition of foreign governance disrupted existing power dynamics, uprooted traditional leadership, and instilled a sense of dependency on colonial rulers. This legacy of political instability is often echoed in the ongoing struggles faced by many post-colonial nations. As we reflect upon the practice of colonialism, it is crucial to recognize the lasting impacts it has had on the generations that followed. From the loss of cultural identities to ongoing socioeconomic disparities, the echoes of colonial cruelty reverberate through time. By acknowledging this painful history and striving for justice, we can hope to dismantle the systems that perpetuate inequality and work towards a more inclusive and empathetic world.